Experts who are interested in the unknown have reported that strange objects have been detected above Buckley Space Force Base in Colorado. As mentioned on Space Force's website, the US Space Force is a military service that organizes, trains and equips space forces in order to protect US and allied interests in space, and provides space capabilities to the joint force. United States Space Force's responsibilities will include developing Guardians, acquiring military space systems, maturing the military doctrine for space power, and organizing Space Force to present our competent commands. Over the last few days though, residents who live close to the region have reported that they've seen strange objects above Space Force's headquarters. Those that have seen them have described the objects as being able to change, saying that they make no sound and appear to hover motionless, as if they're inspecting the Space Force's headquarters. Others have described them as looking like spheres, and being around the size of a football. Interestingly, this isn't anything new, and for years now military officials have been documenting these strange objects, and have revealed that whatever these objects are, they appear to be interested in military installations across the United States. In fact, one Central Intelligence document that was released online, and which is near impossible to find due to the mountains of declassified documents that were recently uploaded, details the way that officials tried to keep people quiet in regards to talking about mysterious flying aircrafts. This included high military officials within the Air Force that reported seeing mysterious objects, noting that if these military personnel did talk about them, then harsh punishments and fines would come their way. The document reads as follows: a charge by a University of Arizona physicist that the Central Intelligence Agency in 1953 requested that the Air Force to adopt a policy of systematic debunking of flying saucers, raises again the question of the role of the Central Intelligence Agency in domestic policy making. The charge is made by Dr. James E. McDonald, a professor of meteorology and senior physicist at the Institute of Atmospheric Physics, in a paper delivered to the American Meteorological Society in Washington, D.C. Dr. McDonald, who believes that the latest unsatisfactory hypothesis about the origin of UFOs is that they're extraterrestrial probes, and said that his information on the Central Intelligence roles comes from closed-doors testimonies from Central Intelligence officials before the Robertson probing UFO reports. He said that the CIA believes that a flood of UFO reports to US air bases in 1952 constituted a national security problem because they were clogging military intelligence channels and demanding too much of investigators' time. The Central Intelligence Agency requested that UFOs be debunked, and Dr. McDonald said this was by promulgation of Air Force Regulation 2002, which sharply reduced the number of UFO reports by forbidding release by air bases of any information on UFO sightings. All sightings were to be funneled through Project Bluebird, where according to Dr. McDonald, they have been largely characterized as conventional objects with little attention to scientist considerations. The strictures on UFO information were further tightened by a regulation, which made any release of information on UFO sightings by any of the military services, or in some cases commercial airlines, a crime punishable with fines of up to $10,000 and imprisonment of up to 10 years. These regulations, McDonald said, have not only cut off almost all useful reports from military pilots, tower operators and ground crews, but even more serious from a scientific viewpoint has been their drastic effect on the availability of military radar data on UFOs. Prior to 1953, significant radar sightings were disclosed, but now they are explained away as natural phenomena. To the credit of the Air Force, it's requested the University of Colorado to conduct an independent investigation of reports of UFOs. But if the Central Intelligence Agency requested the UFO reports be squelched, and the charge has not been denied, it's a serious matter. the Central Intelligence Agency is by law an intelligence gathering agency restricted from interfering with the internal affairs of the country. In its activities with student organisations and labour unions, however, and with its attempts to censor UFO reports, it's disregarded these restrictions. It thereby threatens the very freedom from government control which it is supposed to protect, a danger which Congress must realise if it is to properly regulate the Central Intelligence Agency's activities." End quote. It's for this reason why some have said that people didn't speak out about what they were seeing. They were literally being threatened with jail time and huge fines. Some have suggested that the real reason Space Force was created was in order to study these mysterious objects, saying that for years now mysterious flying objects have been detected above military space and restricted airspace, and this has caused governments and military branches to take interest in what they are, and also study them in order to try and work out how they're able to achieve the things they do. Amateur researchers have gone on to say that due to these types of documents being released online, it shows us how far officials have gone in order to suppress the truth from getting out, and that people are now only starting to understand how much these strange flying crafts have been investigated by our governments. It's for this reason why people have said that they're still sitting on information, and that they're still actively trying to hide this from the general public. As of right now, only time will tell whether we're told the secrets of our world. As some have pointed out though, it seems that the discussion of these strange crafts is being brought out into the open. So what do you make of these interesting reports, and what do you think these strange objects are? Be sure to leave your questions and answers in the comment section below, and help us to grow this community while working to solve these unexplained mysteries. Thank you for watching, and don't forget to subscribe for more videos.